Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and welcome back to another episode of Turner Tuesday. Welcome back. This is a pretty cool episode because the first two streams, or the first two videos, were basically the same thing, but this one we're doing something completely different. And basically what this week's is I compiled a bunch of different fan arts that you guys sent in, and then throughout the stream we sort of went through the pros and cons of each one, basically what we liked about each one, and then that's basically all we got to. It took around 2.5 hours, so it was like half an hour longer than I wanted the stream to be. So due to that, I can't show all of the different designs in this video because there was just so much more than I expected there to be. So what I ended up doing was we went through the stream and we picked the ones that would be shown in this video. So if you posted a design and you weren't able to make it to the stream but you still wanted to see sort of the chat's reaction, then the live stream itself is still up on the channel, so you can go check that out and then just like scrub through it until you see your design. But I apologize if your design did not make it into this specific video, but it definitely did make it to the stream. So as promised, the very first section of this video is a recap section. So for those of you guys who sort of want to recap on the story itself, even though this stream doesn't focus on the story at all. And then after that, we pretty much just hop into all the different art submissions, and there is a time code up on screen and down in the description below for you to skip around to each different art section. I haven't made the time code thing yet, but my guess is it'll just be called like art piece number 1 and then time code number 2, etc. I don't know how many there are in the video itself. There's maybe like 10, 5 to 10, more than 5 definitely. But thanks to everyone who submitted their art. So we're gonna first start off with the recap. So we have our show called Page Turner, and I'm just gonna read off this description. Luna and Nico both live in separate worlds. Nico lives on Earth and Luna lives in a fantasy world. They both find a notebook in their fridge and they pull out that notebook. So for example, here's a notebook, they pull it out of their refrigerator and then it links them together. So we're still working on that. So this is all like a work in progress, so nothing's like 100% like set and done. So yeah, they both pull out the notebook at the same time and that links them together. Then they find out whatever they write in the notebook gets written in the other notebook. So for example, our two characters, Luna and Nico, if Luna writes "Hi Nico," then that message appears in Nico's notebook. So that's how that works. They learn to communicate and become good friends, but there's an evil villain named Papyrus that tells them what they can and can't do with the notebook. And at first I think we sort of discussed how Papyrus isn't necessarily like, he's not revealed to be a bad guy yet until like later. Okay, yep. And then they find out that they can tear out pages in exchange for visiting the other person's world. And when they tear out a page, that means that they lose a bit of their soul. And Papyrus is trying to take their soul so that he can see his wife again. I changed that. And then currently he is split between the two dimensions and is trying to use other people's souls to see his wife. During the daytime, he is a teacher for both Nico and Luna. Setting is, well, this is like, I don't know, this was like one of the very first things that we put into this Google Doc, so I just haven't removed it. So we got the two worlds, the normal world, and then the fantasy world, which I'm thinking the fantasy world is basically just going to be like the normal Earth, except for like a bunch of different characters and stuff, like a typical fantasy world that you would see. Okay, so they talk through the notebook, and when the notebook runs out, they swap positions, except for like, this was like a really early idea, so I don't know how canon this is. Yeah, okay, so we also decided on Luna's last name last stream, which we decided on Luna Eclipse, and we have Nico. And then we have Nico, he is 16, and then he has a brother named Xavier, and he's 1 year older. We're still figuring out Xavier's character, though. Okay, we have the villain, which is the notebook creator, and his pen name is Papyrus, so that's like his evil villain name. And then his real name is Blake Page. And his wife, we came up with the name Amethyst, but I'm not really liking that, especially since it's like, it reminds me a lot of Steven Universe, and I don't want that. Because like, you'd be like, oh, well, he just took this from Steven Universe or whatever. So I'm thinking, I saw a comment, and the comment said you should make the wife's name Clara, like Clara, because it sort of looks like Clear Page, like if, assuming that she took on the last name Page, whoops, like her last name Clara Page looks like Clear Page, and Blake Page looks like Blank Page. So I thought that was a cool idea. And then I can't remember what it was, but there was another one that you guys also really liked. That it was like a poll between. Amethyst ended up winning the poll, but I definitely want to change that. Okay, anyway, so Blake, let's actually do that. Blake exists in both worlds, and his soul was halved, and he's trying to take soul. How did I write this? Okay, his soul was halved and is trying to steal soul pages to get whole again. I must have been tired when I was writing that. That sentence is weird. Okay, basically, he's trying to collect soul pages or soul shards. I don't know. It's kind of mixed together. So, he's trying to get those, and then he's like making a deal with these lost souls to. Oh, this is get whole again, which isn't really what he's trying to do anymore. So I don't know. Okay, so it was Callisto, I think. I think that's what the other one that you guys liked. So Callisto. I also like Clara or Clara, however we want to pronounce it. So we'll get to that. Today we're focusing on Luna. So after we get through the recap, then we'll focus on the other thing. So soul shards are like a currency. So I was doing some thinking, and I'm not really gonna bring it up this stream, which is kind of sad because I wanted to, because we're focusing on Luna this stream. So we have soul shards, and they're sort of like another version of soul pages, but we didn't do much of that. If you lose a page, or like if you start tearing out a bunch of pages, then you start like suffering from it. So first comes your health. So for example, like you would start to get headaches, and you would start to, just get like cold symptoms and stuff. The second stage, I guess we should probably change these to stages. The second stage is like you start going a little bit crazy, you start losing your mind a little bit, and then the third stage is just like you start turning into stone. Lost souls make sure that people leave the other dimension on time. So for example, we know that if you choose to rip out pages, it's like your ticket to the other world. So you can travel, and then you can like go visit the world, and then if you rip out one page, that's like equivalent to one day. So if you're there past one day and you don't leave, then these lost souls come out to get you and force you back. So Blake was visiting the other world but refused to leave. The lost souls came to get him, but he somehow resisted it, and then he said fine, or well, they said fine. Guess we should add a they said fine, but instead took his wife, and now Blake is working to repay the lost souls to give back his wife, and I need some agua. So how Blake got split, he stood on the border. So for example, if I'm in the fridge, like this side of me is like the fridge, so it's like Nico's house, for example. This side is Luna's house. I stood here, ripped the notebook in half, opened it up like this, ripped it in half, and then he like got split into two people. That's sort of what we decided on last week. And then in season 1, we started doing this, but we never really got too far with it. Nico and Luna get the notebook, and they meet each other at the end of the season. So that's sort of what, and then these were just a couple emails. So that's sort of the recap. So now that we're done with the recap, we're going to go ahead and transition into all the different art pieces. Now there's not going to be a transition like this right here in between each of the individual art pieces, because that would just be super redundant. But I do want to point something out. The earlier ones I put more time in this video for, because if you didn't make it to the stream, I want to show you sort of how we came up with developing ideas. So I think the first one I left pretty much all of the discussion in there. The second one I cut out more, and then as it goes on, I just cut out more and more of the actual like, okay, what do we think of this? And then wait for the stream to respond. And it's more of just like, here's the art piece, and then here's a couple points, and then here's the final like pros and cons list. So that's sort of how this video is formatted, because it was already super long and I just didn't want to make it too much longer than what it is. So that's sort of how this is formatted. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into the first one. So this first one comes in from C. Taylor, and this was one of the very first ones that I received. And oops. I think so far, this is my favorite one, because I don't know why, it just, I really like it. And everyone had good concept art. There's no such thing as bad concept art, because even if you don't like something, that doesn't make it bad. It's still a good suggestion because you never know what you'll like to incorporate. But I think this definitely gives off the impression of like a dragon. And I know we didn't really decide on like what kind of species Luna is, but we've been running with the idea that she's a dragon person. And this incorporates that without making her actually look like a dragon, which I feel like would be too weird for a cartoon to do, because that's not typically something that you see too often. But the problem that I saw with this is that it looks too much like Mina from My Hero with her pink skin and her pink hair. So that was the one problem that I saw. But I really like this hair design and this horn. So I don't know. Here's what we should do. I think what we should do is, also to test sort of what this character would look like as a different, instead, to make her look less like Mina from My Hero. I tried changing her blue, but it definitely doesn't look as good. So yeah. So this is the pink the original definitely looks a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the blue. So I think what we should do is write some notes, and I want to do this for all the characters, as to what we like. So what do we like? Maybe like pros, and then we can do cons of each. So for a pro, what do we like about this one? I like her hair. I like her horns. Wings. I especially like the hair color, like the way it's both pink and like this sort of reddish pink. Okay, a lot of you guys are saying wings, so I'll put a star next to that one because you guys really like that one. The eyes, the eye color. Okay, eye color. Can Luna have two forms? That's I don't know. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay. So let's do cons now. Grapefruit, you're saying a con is the clothing. What do you not like about the clothing specifically? Is it too showy? Is it too, relaxed? It doesn't really fit the medieval theme. So, okay, a lot of you guys are saying the clothing. Yeah, it's definitely too modern. Right. So I think this would be something to where, if she went to Earth, this would be a souvenir that she brought home. Pink skin. Okay. Too much. Okay, let's pull this over here a little bit more. Code Mari 101's design. So this one, let's zoom in here a little bit. So she looks like an alien more because she has the little antennas. And I like this one because it has different, her eyes change depending on the cycle of moon. And I'm gonna have to knock this one, this character, because it reminds me of a Kwame from Miraculous. Obviously Miraculous, don't know why I couldn't remember that. But I like the eye idea. I don't know, that would work if she was a moon dragon or something, but I definitely like the moon idea. And as far as her clothing goes, I think this is less modern than the previous one, but more modern than maybe more modern than what you would see in a fantasy type of world. And I don't know about the star. The star looks like a tattoo. And if it's a tattoo, then that's something that, I don't know. You could argue Star Versus had cheek marks or whatever, but so this would be more of, she's like an alien. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and write out the pro and con thing here. I don't mind this part, but I don't like how it covers her, half of her face. So maybe, because this makes her seem, because when you have a character covering her face, it makes it seem like she's, and we haven't really decided her personality yet, so that'd be something that we'd have to decide based on her personality. But if she's more of an outgoing person, then you wouldn't want to have hair covering her eyes, because that gives the impression that she's more like concealed. Purple skin, hands down. I definitely think if we're going with a dragon, it should be an abstract color, like a light blue, something similar to this, a pink or a purple. I don't know, but it should definitely be something like that. Pale because of the light moon. We could do something like that. The clothes, I like her clothes, but I don't know if it fits more in the modern setting. We'll put the clothes as a pro for now, but if we decide that this is too modern looking, okay, let's do, this is a lot of people are like long hair, and then a lot of people are like short hair. So yeah, so Kitty Cat Studios, I like that. We should decide the hair based on her personality, because if she's a more fun, outgoing person, she's not going to have her face covered by her hair. So we'll see. We will see what... Oh, that's interesting. Wait. Hair grows with the different times, like the different phases of the moon. That's interesting. But if we're already doing that with the eyes, I don't think we should be doing that with the hair. So, yeah. But that's a cool concept. But I already like the eyes with that. Okay. This one's from Imperial Gaming. And with the blue hair, specifically this shade, it reminds me a lot of Marinette. I know it's like different style, but the blue hair just reminds me of Marinette. Okay. Outfit. We like the outfit. Wait, whoops. Let me go there. The outfit's a pro. I think as far as the hair goes, not the biggest fan of the hair. I think the best thing about this one's the dress. The outfit. Armband. I said someone say armband. What do you think of the armband? Is the arm bracelet slash band thing a pro or a con? There was also another one that I saw, which I'll point out, something that I liked when we get to it. I don't know where it is. I think you'll like the other armband that I'm seeing. That I'll point it out. I know when I know what it is because I remember it, but I don't know specifically which one it is. So I'll point it out when we get there. Okay, is that good for this one? We have our pros and our cons. Yeah, we said cons for the hair. This one's from Katie. So this one's also one with like a reddish, orangish hair, which I think is interesting. Purple boots. Here's the thing. Purple boots screams modern. This outfit, the whole stature of this screams modern human, which I think we're trying to stay away from, but I really like the hair. I think that's the biggest pro that this one has. But this one also has a description. Luna is a popular girl, which is really unconventional in cartoons. Usually the protagonist girl is an unpopular, weird, goofy girl, so I wanted to switch things up a bit. Luna is really nice and has many acquaintances and a more solid friend set of about 3 to a boy of about 3 and a boy included. She has developed feelings for the boy and wants to confess until she meets Nico. And then... you didn't have to do this because I was going to put everyone's design in. Hair. Hair is definitely a pro. I think con, too much like human, which I think is going to be a very common theme here. Okay. And as far as like looking too much like human, the criteria for looking too much like a human is skin color, no accessories like horns or wings or tails, and then outfit. Those are the 3 main criteria for looking like a human. And so far, skin color, average human looking like. There's no tails, wings, or horns. And what was the other thing? I already forget the other thing. Great. Oh, outfit, right. Outfit looks very modern. This design does look a lot taller though. So do we want to say the pro is height? Yeah, okay. So height is a pro. These next designs come from Vicks, and these ones are if we're going for a dragon design. Like This is definitely a otherworldly. Okay, so maybe for the first pro and con, do we think the change in design, so human face versus dragon face, is that a pro or a con? Okay, so I'm seeing that I think most people are saying that human face, so we're gonna go with con is dragon, too much like a dragon. And this next one's from Grapefruit. So I think one thing that's really, I like the hair on this one, although I don't know how well that would transfer over to the actual show as far as like the design goes. I do like this this braid gradient here though. Like I could be fine with that. And the outfit definitely looks like something that would be in a fantasy. But aside from the outfit, she looks very human-y. No wings, horns. Oh, Grapefruit, you sent in another one? Oh shoot, I haven't been looking at the Discord. Oh, well, nobody sent anything. Oh. Let me see, did you send it to the Discord? Because I can easily pull up something from the Discord. Oh. Oh, yeah, you did send in one. Whoops. So this was the original design. Here's the second design. And there's also one without wings, too. So like retractable wings and non-retractable wings. So wings, one with wings, one without wings. I think everybody's saying that they like the second one better. So we're gonna go ahead and focus on this one. And you know what? Let's go ahead and duplicate this and then comment one, or like hide one. So, okay, what about the ear? As specifically the earrings hanging down from the ear. Like she looks like, this ear looks like an elf kind of ear, which I don't know specifically, like that's something that we can decide on later. I'm saying mostly pro for the ears, okay. She definitely is a lot like a fantasy-esque person as far as just her overall design. And that compensates for not having any horns. Okay, oh, it's 45. We gotta move on to the next one. This next one is from Nimi Arts. This, did glitter from She-Ra? For some reason, this is giving me glitter vibes. The outfit looks like it would fit in like a fantasy type world. Hair color, I think this bluish white hair color is good. Outfit, it's half and half, so I'm not gonna put that on any because that's what we've been doing. Tattoos, okay, yeah, tattoos. Pros or cons for the tattoos? Okay, so, oh, that's a lot of cons actually. It started out with pros, but con for the tattoos. So this next one is from ApplePekka. And this one's the one with the armband thing. Turned out to be the last one on this list. This thing right here, this armband, I got an idea of like a pact that Nico and Luna did. So like, they were like, man, we should do something. And then they write about it. And then they're like, why don't we take like a ribbon and then tie it around our wrist? And I thought that was a cool idea. So that's why I like that one. This one's from Cool Sauce, and we already saw Cool Sauce's, a version of Cool Sauce's earlier. And so this was their first one. This is their second one. This time, there's a little dragon companion. Pro color, I do like the color palette for this one. A dragon dog. Well, here's the thing, that's pretty counterintuitive because she's a dragon and she has a pet dragon. I don't know. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of pros for the dragon. Oh, wait, what do we think about the hair? This hair is similar, like it looks like a lamb, especially with the ears and the hair. She looks like a lamb lady, similar to the previous one. Yeah, okay, so I'm thinking that hair / lamb, we're gonna put that there. And this one's from Gigi. So this one's also going for an interesting eye, except for we already decided on the moon eye, I think. Outfit pro, the outfit's interesting. Eyes, if we replace the star with the moon, okay, you guys are saying eyes is a pro, I think. Or, yeah, and the outfit. Hair color, like there's this blue gradient kind of thing. It starts up black and then goes to blue. Okay, this next one is from Ina. This one, you can tell she has like stars on her cheeks, which is interesting. The outfit definitely looks more medieval, but I don't see that as Luna's personality. Well, I say that, but we haven't decided Luna's personality. But probably not for a cartoon. What about the necklace? I think is automatically going to be a pro. I think any necklace is for the most part. Like, so we're gonna go ahead and put that as a pro. Okay, this next one is from Brawl NYX, and I really like this one. This is the kind of tail that I would like, and then the wings are smaller, and then the hair is short to compensate. I have a feeling they were working on this as we were streaming, because they took a lot of the best things about all the characters and put them into one. You made it when you made Blake? Okay, good. I really like your Blake designs too. If we had more time, I'd definitely show them off. I also really like this double horn. The double horn's a really good idea. Okay, outfit is a con. I think the outfit's interesting. I don't know. That's debatable. It all depends sort of on what the theme of it is, but it does look a little bit more modern. What do we think about the Teeth Pro? The teeth definitely looks more playful. Okay. Top outfit pro, bottom con. Well, here's a question. Is the skirt supposed to be see-through, or did you do that just so that we could... I don't know. I think a lot of people's problem with this is that it's see-through, but maybe if it was a single color, people would like it more. Yeah, if you color this one, it would help us see a little bit better. It's a long shirt. So this whole thing is a shirt? So yeah, that was all the designs. I think what I'll end up doing is I'll be putting a number in the bottom left corner. So what that essentially means that you can do is you can look at the number, and then in the description you can put, I liked number 2 for these reasons. And then you could say, I liked number 2's eyes, I think they were. So you can go ahead and comment down your favorite things, like what your ideal character, like mixing all these together, and then comment your own ideas, because I don't know how often we're going to be doing something like this, because it was more of a trial run. And next week I think we decided on doing like a Luna part 2, where we would be developing her character, like her personality. So that's sort of what you can expect for the second episode. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. So if you enjoyed, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this. I try to stream on Sundays, and a lot of you guys were saying that this, like the last stream, was still too late, so I might try to bump it up even more. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.